created a space program. We don't have other planets yet.
Unless you do to Pluto. I'm still mad Pluto isn't real. To Pluto! I'll get Pluto back eventually, don't worry about it. Sing in me, Calliope, muse of epic poetry, of the tales we can tell in this blocky game we love, of the power of stories through any platform, with the emotion of the silliest actions which empower others to create and share with the world. Sing of joy, the pain, and the potential of those who can help us find the light that is always within us. Welcome to FanDive. My name is Chaos.
I'm Mindy!
And today we are talking about our favorite things in Minecraft and MCYT and just the general good vibes.
Yeah, of course. There's so much things to talk about.
There's so many things. We're like, let's pick the broadest topic possible and just go ham.
First one, make it an hour-long episode, the only hour-long episode. It's just you and I sitting here going, so, this SMP, and this SMP, and the repercussions of this SMP, and...
I feel like we should instead just focus on just the good vibes. Like, we will get deep into the nitty-gritty in later episodes, but until then...
That's true.
Good vibes of improv. One of the key things in almost any SMP nowadays. You can't have an SMP without some sort of improv lore, though others are trying to argue you can go back to the old-fashioned way. I think it's a little fun to have a little bit of a good time.
That's because it's almost impossible. If you're doing any sort of, like, YouTube or streaming it, then it's almost impossible for things to stay on script. Like, even in actual movie sets, you have moments that you break character. And there's a lot of movies and shows that have scenes that are like, that was not planned, but it's better than what we have planned, so we're keeping it in. And so when you have things where you're doing it live, the improv, you have to have fun with it and go along with it and say, yeah, yes and go.
There's also the weird things that come out about, like, you're not meant to take this as lore. It was meant to be a funny little thing between friends, but someone just so happened to catch it on camera, and now it's a story.
Yeah. That's kind of the fandom's fault.
I'm sorry, when a weird shadow being starts following Shovel around, you're going to point to that and say, that's a demon, even if it's just Scott wearing a different outfit.
We really like to look at things and go, hee 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 hee, I can make angst out of this.
Was it Shovel or was it Catherine? I'm suddenly doubting myself. I'm pretty sure it was Shovel. It was Shovel. Okay.
It was Shovel. She was the main one I watched that season of Empires, so I know it very well. I loved it. I didn't know until after the fact, actually, that things weren't as planned out as I thought. I was just enjoying the ride, just going, yeah, Demon Scott, let's go.
When you're in the moment and you're having a good time as a viewer, things look so much more planned and put together than how it actually is behind the scenes.
It's true. As a person who's done both sides of it now, oh, it looks so much more planned than it is.
Yeah, I've done SMPs that have both incredibly planned lore and others that are completely off the cuff. Whatever words are coming out of my mouth right now, that is what is going to be canon. And people respond better and think it is better quality when it's honestly just words coming out of my mouth. And I have a better time doing that too. So I see why it is so popular.
Because it's more natural too. Like, nobody who's doing roleplay in Minecraft is going to be a professional actor. And to get a whole bunch of them is impossible.
Well,
it's going to be so much more natural and fun and inviting to have, like, that's just a human guy. That's just a guy. And he's being silly. And now there's lore.
Maybe we should drop the fun fact episode 1. Some chaos lore here. I'm a classically trained actor, so I a little bit have the background for it.
Okay, I also have done a lot of acting in my life. However,
but here's the thing, even classically trained actors, fun fact about Shakespeare, those original plays were so heavily improv that if you do it professionally nowadays, they still try to stress the fact that if you go off script, that's totally fine.
In any media, in any platform, it's better to have something that went wrong, but you had fun with it, than something where it all went perfectly, but there's no heart in that, actually.
And that's why Minecraft is perfect, because it's silly and you're just there to have a good time.
Because when you're in a game made of cubes...
Yeah, visually out of context, Minecraft is ridiculous. I'm sorry, two blockmen are slapping each other surrounded by burning cacti? That's a joke.
Proportionally, a block to a person.
Yeah, a block is literally half the height of a player.
It's absurd. It's absurd. If you think about it, just like after 5 seconds, you realize the proportions, what you're seeing is ridiculous. And then you can't take yourself too seriously. You just can't.
But that's kind of the magic of Minecraft. There's something so beautiful about the game that makes you look past the fact that everything is meter by meter cube.
Because it's people. It's a sandbox game. It's you can create anything with this. And it's up to the person, too. You could do building, you could do redstone, you could do music. Anything you want in this sandbox. And people create stories and weird things. You know?
The music potential in Minecraft, like, completely ignoring the music of Minecraft, which is so ridiculously good as a musical composition, but like what you can do in the game with music itself, they give you note blocks that you can tune to sound like practically anything you want. And you know, casually, ZF over here is going to create the symphony with exploding creepers instead of cannons.
Yeah, and when I got so excited when they added the update where putting the note blocks on different blocks created different sounds, where you'll have like the kick drum, you'll have the snare, you'll have guitar. I don't know what the actual ones are.
Oh wait, if you put hey, it kind of sounds like a little bit of a banjo. I love that one.
Yeah, I got so excited when they added those because the potential for music suddenly expanded so much more. And that's not bringing up the mods where you can, like, record the things in-game and then put it on a CD. That's a whole other bag.
The mod potential of this game, like recent updates, they're making it so customizable. Like everything about the game, you can change if you know, like, 2 sentences of code.
I know a lot of people don't like a lot of the Minecraft updates. I love them because one of the first things I learned about since I started on like Bedrock and whatever was about different maps and the maps with stories in it where you have to do like puzzles to figure stuff out, murder mysteries, that kind of thing. And so some of these things like the armor trims, first of all, in game, beautiful, more creativity. Second of all, a lot of these, I'm thinking of the potential for the map building that you can create and the stories you can create from that as well, because they make it easier and easier every time to create something fun. You don't have to be a god.
I feel like map building is kind of this unsung hero among the MCYT community because so many like Minecraft YouTubers and streamers, they don't do maps. However, those Bedrock players, the majority of the Minecrafting population, they use maps. They go to realms. They go to pre-built stories that have so much potential in them.
And if you go back to early Minecraft YouTube, you'll see a lot of those creators didn't create maps, but a lot of them were playing on the map. Like, I know there's certain ones like the droppers, which aren't the kind that I'm talking about. I'm talking more about the story ones. But these things like the dropper maps, where so many of these YouTubers were using them. And I remember there was like, what was it? It's like a carnival, but different. It has a bunch of roller coasters. I'm forgetting the word.
An amusement park?
Yeah, there was like amusement parks and stuff. But those kind of things, those kind of maps that you'd see a lot on early Minecraft YouTube. Those maps kind of forged that, hey, you can do a lot of things.
We should build a roller coaster. Hit me up the next SMP we're in together. We're gonna build a roller coaster.
I like the minecart update for roller
I'm
coasters.
so excited about the minecart. The potential for roller coasters. You can't tell.
roller
I'm shaking you.
coasters!
I'm shaking the screen you're on. Roller coasters.
I was watching some of the videos. There were like the snapshots of like what they'd be able to do, and I'm like, this is what the roller coasters felt like back then.
This is the roller coaster update. Get rid of this winter drop. It is the roller coaster update.
PvP biomes. I don't care. Roller coasters.
And we can theme them now. We can have little armor stands dressed up in little outfits that are trimmed to look like carnival workers. It will be so... The potential here of just this silly little block game. This is why I love Minecraft. Like, I love so many other video games. Like, I will be on record of Cult of the Lamb being one of my favorite of all times. There's not a lot you can customize in Cult of the Lamb. You can customize the layout of your cult, and that's about it.
That's why Minecraft has survived as long as it has as a game, is because a lot of these other ones, they're like, this is a really good game.
End of
And
story.
now we're done with the content.
You tell your thing, and then you're done. And then Minecraft, it's like you tell your thing, and then you start again, and it's new, and it's beautiful, and there's unmatched potential here.
Oh, I love the people who create things with Minecraft. I know I'm technically one of them. But
Surprised we're here
I
too.
can look up to my peers and be like, guys, what do you mean you made 3D models in Minecraft so that we can wear funky hats? What do you mean? What do you mean you created a story that made people cry because you felt a little bit silly and had too much free time?
Yeah. My story back in the day was so, like, clearly heavily inspired by Danny Phantom, and everyone's like, what do you mean your character died and came back to life, but came back wrong and can't remember what it means like to be human? And I'm like, Danny Phantom, man. Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom. You can pull almost every fandom into Minecraft as well. Because, speaking of map makers, the people who make other games maps inside of Minecraft, or make, like, proportional recreations of buildings that exist in real
There is
life,
a
of the
beautiful
monuments.
public SMP that I like to visit every now and then. That is a one-to-one recreation of Disneyland, and you can go on those rides, and it feels like you're on a Disneyland ride.
I've been on that world.
It's
so cool.
So cool. And it really helped me when I first moved to my university, and I was leaving my area that I grew up in, that I lived my whole life in, and I lived very close to Disneyland, to the point where there were days where I was done with school and I didn't want to go home. So I went to Disneyland instead. And leaving that and going to the middle of nowhere for university, I'm like, no, I'm going to play Minecraft, and I'm going to go to Minecraft Disneyland. Excuse you? You can't take this from me.
I really, really, really like Minecraft. Just the creativity of humans and we don't get paid to this. We don't get paid to do this. 99.9% of people who play Minecraft do not get paid to do it.
And even the people who do get paid do not get paid enough.
This is true. But still, we create these things with no, like, ulterior motive of, like, I want to be rich and famous. No, I want to see if I can make my roller coaster go faster than yours. Ha ha ha.
I also love the potential that's like, yeah, I'm recreating things, but I'm doing it with how I remember it or how it felt. Not a one-to-one, but you're embodying the feeling. Like when Scar recreated Disneyland and called it Scarland, he wasn't doing a one-to-one, but he was doing what it felt like. And that is what I find the potential of Minecraft. We're not copy-pasting here. We're doing it our way.
That's what Minecraft is the taking inspiration from one another and creating new things and things as we remember them and things that, wait, how did you do that again? Oh, that's a glitch. Doc, I'm 77, I'm talking to you. Hey, look, I did this. And the creators of Minecraft are sitting there going, can you show me how you did that? What do you mean you created a space program? We don't have other planets yet.
Unless you do to Pluto. I'm still mad Pluto isn't real. To Pluto! I'll get Pluto back eventually, don't worry about it.
in peace, Pluto.
There is a building technique that I picked up from Scar, but Scar argues that he learned it from B-Dubs, but B-Dubs will tell everyone he learned it from Scar, and it is this technique of using a pane of glass, and then a honey block, and then a frog light, and it gives this most beautiful kind of eerie, someone is living in their warmth behind a window that you can't really get any other way, and like... I'm picking that up. I'm picking that up from Scarlands. That castle, it's now in every creative build I do. There's a little piece of Scarlands there because I was inspired, because I care about this game, because other people care about this game.
Yeah, I'm saying the same point again, because that's just where my brain keeps going back to. It's just the inspiring one another and the passion in creating things for the fun of it. I do cosplay for the most part. I play Minecraft. I love building in Minecraft and seeing the vibes that I can create. But I do a lot more cosplay and costume creation. And you have a lot of the people who make costumes of the Minecraft mobs. People create costumes of mobs that never got added to Minecraft, or ones that are theorized about, or that one YouTuber created 10 years back and then nobody ever gave up because, lore. Because inspiring one another and just having fun with it.
Shout out to the cosplayers of the Wither Cult. The one reference from one line from a YouTuber who wasn't even that popular when he said it!
You get me.
I guess now's a good time to talk about the fandom and why we love not just the game, but also the community around it. Yeah. DocM77 literally commissions his artists and pays them so he can use their fan art for his thumbnails. Isn't that like the coolest thing ever?
Oh, dude, okay. So, as the time of recording, it's not gotten very far, but it has had the start. Exuma Void in Season 10 of Hermitcraft is creating the museum of fan art for all of the different hermits. So all of the hermits will get like 5 different pieces for artwork that people have sent in. And Corrales built it, but this museum of art people have created of their Minecraft characters, and all these different people and all these different art styles, and I'm really happy about it. I don't typically do fan art, but
I was so close to sending in like a picture of the Exuma Void cosplay, and I'm like, is this the type of fan art that he wants? Maybe not.
I'm kind of watching the first few submissions to see if anybody's gonna send in like some traditional art or cosplay, because 99 is the digital art, but I only do stuff on actual canvas. I have like a foot-long painting of DocM77 staring at me right now. I do traditional art and cosplay, so I've been just staring at the submissions going, do I count? Do I count?
When Zombie Cleo does it, I'm gonna send in pictures of my cosplay and just go, I don't care if you add this or not, I'm sending this because I think I look cool.
Yeah! Cleo, sorry. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Cleo's awesome. Shut up.
No, the armor stand work.
Oh my god, going back to, again, the potential of the trims, you can turn it into beautiful armor stands, and then the new detailing on the side, the way, the potential!
Exactly! The potential to create anything you want, and the creativity of people to look at something that was probably originally supposed to be just like, pose your people, so it looks like people around the town, and turn it into, I'm gonna build a horse.
I keep looking to my side because you mentioned the art that we do. The only traditional art that I do that isn't like cosplay is oil pastel on canvas of where I recreate screenshots that I take on Wynncraft, which is an SMP that Green helped create. That's where most people know what it is. But it is this beautiful MMORPG inspired server that has recently gotten like a new texture map like art update. And I've just been like going around and just like recreating what I see there. And it is this most beautiful picture of serene landscapes. And yeah, technically the lore of the world is that's being slowly taken over by the corruption that people let through because they were greedy, yada, yada, yada. But like, look at the landscape, you guys. It's so pretty.
Texture packs and shaders.
Texture pack and shaders.
Game and went, I want to make it beautiful.
And they did.
Same with landscapers and terraformers. It's the people who looked at cubes and went, I can make it pretty.
It's people who looked at cubes and said, this is already beautiful. Let's just put it in a context where people will appreciate it. And I appreciate it.
I do too. I admire terraformers so much.
The land is their oyster, except the oyster actually has something in it for once.
As I said, I do stuff myself, but creativity, man.
Creativity!
Creativity!
It's not going to pick up on the mic.
You got completely cut off there.
Yeah, I told you my voice can get fairly high-pitched and it will just disappear.
Me too.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Are you ready for the Q&A?
I think I'm ready for the Q&A. I think I covered what I wanted to talk
Q&A?
about.
Oh, we don't have a musical ditty for the Q&A. Quick, make a musical noise! Thank you. All right, the first question comes from Vestige, a well-known fan of mine who asked us over on my Discord, thoughts on the upcoming Pale Garden update?
Okay, so one of my first thoughts, aside from the, a weeping angel, was just that, are we gonna get all of the see no evil, hear no evil, whatever the other one is?
Oh my god, speak no evil. How would you make that into a mob, though?
I don't know, but like, they're constantly making mobs that I don't know how you did that, but okay. Because, be quiet, don't look. Or do look, actually. Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Don't add the blinking mechanic to your Minecraft skin.
Anyways, I love it. I'm so excited for the Pale Garden. Like, the wood has just this faintest hint of pink, meaning you have like a quartzy block that you can put next to cherry wood, and there is going to be beauty.
True, but it's also a really good, like, greyish colour for the said terraforming that you can do. Mixing with the stone and the different textures.
And also, I love the fact that it's a biome that hostile mobs won't spawn in. So if you get rid of all the creaking hearts at night, congratulations, you have a place where you can build and be in isolation while still giving the perfect eerie vibe that something might come after you.
Somebody's gonna create an evil, like, castle in one.
I'm gonna create an evil castle. I'm going on my villain arc, excuse you.
Villain arc, where I get a really peaceful land and pretend it's creepy.
It's how I celebrate Halloween.
I get it. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I haven't done a whole lot of exploring with potential, but my first thoughts were the woo, and also woo, terraforming, grey blocks. We love more grey blocks.
All right, the next question is unconventional superpower. What would yours be? And I'm not talking like I want an element or flight or invisibility. I want your wildest pitch for a superpower.
I feel like this is inspired just because we have been talking about Minecraft. I want the ability to constantly know what exact coordinates I'm at.
So you'll never get, like, what is the longitude and latitude at sea? Just, I'll send you out to sea and you tell me where you are.
Yeah. I just want to always know where my coordinates are. And I, of course, have to learn more about coordinates on Earth, but I think it would be, like, more helpful than one might originally think.
For me, there is a superpower that I've been, like, thinking about since I was itty bitty little, and it is definitely going to make an appearance in my book, but it's something I'm like, oh yeah, this would be a cool superpower since I was a child, and that is the idea of not like teleporting myself, but making a doorway into a teleportation thing. Like if I open up my office door, I could step out into Rome or something, but the door I exit
like
through.
All doorways. Are connected.
All doorways would be connected. I think that would be a really cool superpower.
It's a little bit close to teleporting, but I'm gonna allow it just because I think the mechanic would be cool.
Here's a good one. Your favorite piece of media is getting a Muppets adaptation. What is the one human character you would keep? And who would the other Muppets play?
Okay, this is a joke before I think of my actual answer. However, wouldn't it be funny if Hermitcraft were all Muppets except for Joe Hills, who is a Muppet this season?
See, my thought was Third Life, where the only human is Scar and he gets killed by Miss Piggy. That's my pitch. That's my pitch.
Scar would get killed by Miss Piggy.
Also, for credit, this question 100% came from Overly Sarcastic Productions. I heard this question when they did it years ago, and it's been living in my head rent-free ever since.
Goodness, I don't watch enough things that aren't Minecraft related.
There is this old 90s anime that I absolutely love called Yu Yu Hakusho. It is one of the animes that I cite for being the reasons all my character dies in the first moments of their existence. So the main character, Yusuke, in the first 5 seconds of the show, gets hit by a car and dies. And I think it'd be so funny if he was the only human character and everyone around him was Muppets and he came back to life after being kissed by his rival. And his rival was Kermit the Frog. It's a good show.
No, I don't think I got a good answer for you other than my joke one, because I'm trying to think.
It would just be Joe Hills, Am I a Man or Am I a Muppet?
Yeah, it would just be Am I a Man or Am I a Muppet, Joe Hills, with Cleo doing the backup vocals and also laughing at him.
All right, and then final question is, what is our favorite Minecraft biome to build in?
Dark Oak.
I'm a sucker for the Mesa biome. It was the first one I ever built in, and I can't leave it.
Dark Oak is so lush, and the amount of builds I've made underneath the mushrooms, it's a classic for me. I don't actually do it that frequently, but it's always something I'll like go back to if I don't know what to do.
Listen, you can never leave the biome you spawn in. That is your home for the rest of eternity.
It's true, it's true. You like when you're 8 years old playing Minecraft for the first time, whatever biome you get attached to, you will be attached to for the rest of time.
All right, and then those are all the questions we have today. So I think we should wrap this up. Andy, what's our outro?
Do we have an outro?
We don't. Make one up.
We dove into this topic and we're fans of it. Woo!
Woo! We did it! Thank you for listening to this episode of FanDive. We'll be back again next Monday diving into yet another fandom. Have a topic you would like us to cover? Head over to our website, fandive.tumblr.com. There you can also find any episode relevant images and general shenanigans that we get up to. It is Tumblr after all. We're not ashamed of being fans of things.